Hello everyone. I've already picked the cards because my camera went a little bit AWOL. So I've already picked the cards and had the message, and it's completely spot on, I think, to how times are at the moment. I hope you enjoyed the great big pink full moon last night. I certainly did, and set some new intentions. Decided to remove any restrictions that I have on myself with my feelings of what I'm being led and guided to do. I'm going to try and listen to that more. How about you? Drop me a message, get in contact, tell me what your intentions were, or what you're really excited and what you're building, what you're feeling is coming up and out of you during this time. I started with the 3 cards, Work Your Light. And the first one was birthing a new age, and this to me certainly is true. I feel like so many of us during this time of crisis and collapsing of the way a lot of our general life has been to date, it's going to force lots of people to go within and find the deeper meanings of life, the deeper connection to Source, to Mother Earth, to themselves, and creativity is going to bubble up out of this time for many of us. And during this time, we're going to learn to be more connected to Source, more connected to God, more connected to the fact that we are not just flesh and blood, and that we are not robots in the Matrix. That there are things in us, and gifts and missions and desires that really want to come forth and connect and to be seen and heard. Our voices need to be heard, our light needs to shine, and our gifts are going to come out. I do believe that. Secondly, we had the High Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead at this time? For many of us, it's just going to be leading in the sense that your gifts may be offering others, be like keys to unlock others' potential, or just to encourage and to bring hope, or just to inspire others to access their own light, their own gifts, their own creativity, their own magic. There are many people now that are in that position. You have a platform where you can share and encourage, and I encourage you to do that more and more. So how are you being called to lead, and are you shying away from it? Or are you stepping up to the plate and bringing your offering, bringing your voice, and encouraging others to be the best versions of themselves? Finally, we have longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. This is very similar. There are many of us, there's many buzzwords. Light workers essentially means sharing your light, sharing your gifts, sharing your voice, sharing your passions, sharing your gifts, sharing your spirituality, sharing you in a light, positive way, in a high vibrational way, which will be like stars in the darkness. Me and my partner sat and watched the stars last night, and you could only see one in the sky to begin, but as it got darker, they all pop out, and I was like, well, they were always there, but when it got dark, the light showed up more. So light workers are people that show up and shine more in dark times, perhaps, than you would perhaps notice them when everything's fine and dandy and colourful and bright and sunny. So the light workers, if you consider yourself to be one, or if you're feeling called to share your light, then do so. Next, I chose from the Shaman Oracle, and I had the Andean Cross. This is about the 4 realms, different realms of spirituality, and this is the Eye of the Needle, and you're encouraged to go through the Eye of the Needle into multi-dimensions, knowing that there are other realms that we can exist in, not just this human 3D realm. We are spiritual beings, we do have souls, we have the ability to see the future sometimes, we have ability to tap into Source energy and to be given wisdom as to how to handle tricky situations. We can ask for insight, and we can ask for guidance, and it's going through this eye, I suppose like the third eye, your spiritual eyes, just shutting off what you're seeing with your physical, and being encouraged to go deeper within to your spiritual realms and access guidance and access everything that's accessible to you. There is so much accessible to us that we are majorly unaware of. And tuning in with your own spirituality and your own gifts and your own soul and your own heart, and asking for guidance, and it will come. Next, I had water. The water card to me is all about flow. It's also what I sensed when I pulled this just a few minutes ago, was that water can be a tiny trickle or a tiny droplet, or water can be a vast, pent-up, raging ocean that has the ability to destroy landscape, and it has power. And what I sensed was, for many of us this time, we might start to be trickling out our gifts. We might start to be trickling out the things of us that we've not allowed out before. But collectively, as we all come together and start sharing our gifts and sharing who we are, collectively we can be a force of nature that can change and shift the way that we've lived on Earth. We can be more mindful of the way we're treating Mother Earth. We can be more mindful of the things that we put in our mouths, the way that we treat others. Our whole shift in the way that we live can be changed through times of crisis, because it can be a catalyst effect. And so go with the flow, go with what you feel is calling you at this time. Really tune in. I would encourage meditation. That really helps me to tune into my own guidance, my own inner voice. I have put a few up on YouTube, but there's so much. There's a vast array of meditation on YouTube and audio, I'm sure. Go check it out and start tuning in with yourself and see what comes up for you. And finally, the lightning card. This is us being struck. This is us being stopped in our tracks with this recent pandemics. For some people, we've lost work, we've lost the ability to see friends and family. And for many of us, this has been like a lightning bolt to the lives as we knew it. But I do believe, again, that it is a catalyst for change, and that it's an electrical charge from heaven to earth for so many of us, that this is a wake-up call. We can't carry on treating Earth as if she's just renewable and she can just sustain herself, while we're chucking plastic in the oceans and we're destroying landscape and we're just being greedy. And there's a new time coming where we are more mindful of this, and perhaps just, even if it's a small change that you make, whether it be that you choose, to recycle differently, or you choose to be a little more mindful of the things that you eat, or the way that you behave with others. I think this really will bring about a lot of change for some people, because it's been like a lightning rod to the way that we're living. If any of this resonates, please shoot me a comment, and I have put some meditations on my YouTube today, if that helps. If anyone's feeling anxious, a few people have reached out and said they're feeling anxious, and sometimes this content, and other people, there's so much positive content coming out. Go and find someone that resonates with you, and tune in with yourself. Tune in with, even if it's negative, what's coming up for you? Why are you feeling anxious? If you're feeling anxious, what was the root cause of it? Why are you feeling out of control? And if you are, you can harness that. There's always an inner peace within us. There's always the silence in the storm is within. And I really encourage you to find some meditation, because that really helps me when I'm feeling a bit. So yeah, until tomorrow, big love.